Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome whenever you are tuning in. If you're with me here live or if you're coming through at some other time, some other day, whatever day it is. Today, we're saying we're going to be healthy today. Just going to try to sink into this moment right here and right now. Yesterday, as I was preparing for this show, I was taking some space just to think about, what do I want to share? A thought that kept coming to me in the stillness is just what a precious gift it is, a day of our life. We can take it for granted. That's what I was trying to do yesterday. What I'm really going to try to do today, don't take it for granted. It's easy to blow past a day. Like yesterday, I was thinking like what is tomorrow? It's just a random day. And then I was like, we have to slow down and we have to not take these random mundane days for granted. We have an incredible opportunity both to be healthy, to use every bit of our being. This is where I want to center ourselves today. Fully pull us into the present, not looking forward in anything and not stuck in the past, but really to be here and to say, what does the perfect expression of this day look like? Taking my very best energy, my very best thinking, taking the best of everything that this one human body can muster and say, I'm just going to give it my best shot today. And that doesn't have to be some, extreme athletic thing. Maybe it doesn't even look like very much from the outside. This is what a fasting space is to me. Say, let fasting do the work. If we are moving toward weight loss and wellness, we're trying to do something powerful in the body. We can use lots of metaphors like climbing the mountain and doing something inspiring. Okay, but just as inspiring is to say, okay, if we sat in a space, this is what fasting is showing us as a mirror, as an option, as a potential. That just to simply sit in a space and choose joy. Oh man. Like, I think there's a lot of days where I might say, oh, this day, there's just nothing here, kind of like blah, okay. And from the outside, someone looking in, okay, look, this person just having a day, but now this person is sitting there and we're choosing joy. And I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Sit in a space, fasting space, the meals that aren't consumed, okay? Say from a certain standpoint, that's doing nothing. From a certain standpoint, it's like doing everything, right? Because isn't that a challenge? Isn't it a challenge to say, okay, if we're in a mundane, we're going to look at, I'm going to share a little passage from this book, Dear Artist, a love letter. We've been dialing in. How do we get into the heart? How do we move forward in a direction that is so thoughtful? This passage had the phrase, the miracle of the mundane. I'm going to share with you, and that was speaking to me. Okay, mundane was feeling like kind of the mood I was in yesterday, but then miracle of the mundane, I'm like, oh man, like how do we find the miracle here? The fact that there can be joy present in nothing and space, that there doesn't have to be an event, This is what happens, I think, when we are turning inward, looking to the heart, connecting with our deeper self, that even in the midst of the mundane and nothing special, that we can actually find joy and such positivity. On our health journeys for many people are a slog. They're like, oh my gosh, I got to get to the gym. I got to buy the special things. I got to do the things. And the way that I want people moving forward, the way I am trying my very best for my personal self to move forward, just move forward in joy, move forward in positivity. That the choosing the healthiest foods is actually how I feel my best. And like, don't we want to feel our best? And man, have I been noticing it. Like, if I really dial in on the diet, like, it helps everything, especially the mood, like the energy, And then the fasting space, too, Bringing that in and just feeling the openness in the body, feeling it as a gift to the body, saying, hey, we are being healthy today. Maybe I would even prefer in the mind, eat something, okay, but I'm giving this gift, and then you feel it in the body. I can feel, the GI tract just says, hey, thanks. Like, oh, we're going to use this space. All these things flow together wherever that heart is, the emotional heart, that it can feel lighter. Listen to these words. This is the inspiration for the day. Whatever day we are in, here we are, whatever's happening. If it's a good, if it's bad, if it's neutral, just listen to these words from Jaya John. Learn to fill your heart each day with the wildflowers of wonder and awe. An artist sees the miracle in the mundane. Grow your own medicine. Distill its juices and essence. Drink from it and share the drink. All souls in this place are thirsty and need infusion. Experience a thing and absolutely dissolve to its presence and aura. Creativity is its bakery. If you want to feed your soul and others, bake more bread. Breathe as though you are the sky, and every breeze is your exhale. Your breathing is a vital art that also feeds all your other art. It is a renewable energy system that you don't have to pay for. But if you don't invest in it, surely you will have to pay. You are nature. Spend time in yourself. And if you say you can't write poetry, you are poetry. Write yourself. For all the times you say you are not an artist, have you doubted yourself and taken the risk to express your soul anyway? Behold, you are an artist. I hope you liked that. That sat so well with me yesterday while I was thinking of that and this miracle of the mundane. I thought I'd just read it, straight through as a reading, and then I'll just share some thoughts about this that were speaking to me. Fill your heart each day. This is, it's just a miracle. I've been stepping through this. We've done a couple of these, and it just felt meaningful as we've been thinking about how do we connect to our heart and how do we use this resource of this very deep emotional place to help us flow powerfully in a direction of health. And it just felt like such a joy to me yesterday that the next page I turned to started with, learn to fill your heart, as we've been thinking about this. Like, are these coincidences? Maybe, but didn't feel like it yesterday to me. An artist sees the miracle in the mundane. I was thinking about this yesterday, like, I was sitting at my table, planning something out, thinking, oh, how will tomorrow go? And my kids are just hanging out here, and I was like, I'm going to do this later, And then I just went and sat, and I just practiced some more presence in this space, had a chat with my kids, and we didn't even say much, but I was like, this is, just one of these moments that seems like nothing, but then it's, everything. So looking out, can we find a moment like that in our day? I'm going to be looking for it, where we can just be fully present in the space and realize the miracle in it. And maybe that can be something, if we want to bring it right into our health space, maybe we can sit in a moment where we say, okay, here's where I was going to have a snack, and here I'm sitting in a space, and I'm dialing in, like that passage said, the wildflowers of wonder. Like I'm sitting in this space, getting into the mind, envisioning the beauty, and flowing through a space where in the past I would have had some trouble. And then today we're saying, hey, we're moving through it in a beautiful and gentle fashion. Like that phrase we said the other day, nurturing our way to health and never punishing our way there. Grow your own medicine. You know, this phrase lit up to me when I think about medicine. I'm a doctor. I think a lot about what medicine is. I gave a talk. Well, it wasn't a talk. We hosted a documentary screening for this documentary that is now on Amazon called The Cholesterol Code. It's like $5 to rent it. Go check it out and tell me what you think. Very, very interesting. This guy is. I'll do a whole show on it. We should do. We think a lot about what medicine is. You know, here we're in a context where medicine is nothing. This is my thing. Is fasting medicine? I think about this a lot. From a certain standpoint, you say it could be because it's a practice you can do. You say, is walking medicine, you know? Like walking can bring health and healing to the body, but it's like, you know, it's just walking, you know? It's like fasting is nothing. So on a certain level it is, a certain level it isn't. But I often define medicine, you know, many people define medicine as a pill, or medicine is like a surgery. It's a thing that is like these classic things in medicine. To me, medicine has always been anything that can help a human being to flourish. And here we're talking about growing our own medicine as the artist is seeing the miracle in the mundane. So like to me, he's just describing, taking this process of our life and making something beautiful out of it in this day. This is what I want to inspire. Distill its juices and essence, drink from it and share the drink. See, I loved that one too. Like if we have an option today, here, I'm feeling like this is what this show is maybe right now, whatever you call this program, we get to just share a little bit of these ideas, at least in this day. It says, all souls in this place are thirsty and need infusion. Do you feel that way? I mean, I do. Like, I need a refreshing thought, you know. And here it is. Find the beauty and joy in this moment. Creativity is a bakery. You want to feed your soul and others, bake more bread. It's like, just like, let's try to dial into this space. I love this thinking. You know, that video I put out, Weight Loss Artist, that we can take everything that is difficult, that everything that has been a condemnation and a struggle that has made weight loss seem like a punishment, and that has been cycles, and we can turn this around, take it out of this left brain sort of space, where we are stuck in numbers and spreadsheets and scales, and we can get over into the right brain of creativity, and we can lean into things like openness and joy, and that when we see baking more bread, see, that lit up for me. In general, I'm a pretty low-carb guy. I say, you want to lose weight, we're not going to bake a lot of bread. This is the metaphorical bread, if you see. Creativity is the bakery. Like, you think of the session we did on the weight loss dream, you know, and when we were diving into some of the deep psychology of how the mind works, that actually when we're sleeping, it's just a creativity space, and the brain is using all of its resources to try to put together the unlock. Like, how do we move this being forward in the healthiest way? And I suggested a practice of dream journaling to try to capture some of these really creative ideas, but then bringing that idea into this space. We're sitting in our average day, but we say, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles. If we say, oh, that can feel overwhelming. If a weight loss journey really is 1,000 miles, which, you know, if every step is a day, and you say, is that what, 2 to 3 years, you know? Like, that's pretty practical for a long-term major, you know, change in our metabolic state. You know, so each day each is like a critical link in the chain, and so we don't get overwhelmed by the future. Bring everything into this moment. Say baking more bread is like bringing that creativity right into this day. How do we bring the meaning and the joy into this day? Because ultimately, we got to stack up the days, right? I tell people, we want to make our template day, right? We want to be healthy in this day. And as we're finding the ability to do that, to every day 1% better, like Atomic Habits, bringing in that energy to the day. How do I just turn the dial a little bit? Have a bit of a win here today and find so much joy and presence in that. Then as we start stacking that process, being healthy today, but every day, they would say, being healthy today, being healthy today. It's like cranking out a lot of loaves of bread out of the bakery. Breathe as though you are the sky. Yeah, I ultra loved that one. I just love it. Haven't we done a few sessions lately where we've been diving in on the breath and how beautiful the breath is, how easy to overlook, just like the beauty in the fasting space, that it's like you don't even see it. Like people ask, do you fast? People say, no, they don't do it. But everybody fasting overnight, and we don't appreciate, oh, look what happened overnight. Like we didn't eat and 12 hours went by and the body was fine. The body has this energy. Okay, the same process can power through our life. And then we see the breath is the same thing. Like breath is just happening. It doesn't stop. It can just dissolve into the background. But then we can bring our intention to it and we say, oh, there is a powerful tool here to center our body and mind, to help us release stress out of the body, to cope with it in an effective way that isn't messing up our hormonal structure, so that even in the face of all the difficulty that we can face, that we can flow through it in a space that is looking toward joy, maybe in the midst of our most difficult moments. Maybe we can't find joy in every space, but we can at least find some measure of peace through the storm. Breathing is a vital art that also feeds all your other art. See, to me, this is speaking so much truth. Breath is at the foundation of what we are trying to do. And get down into that core space. There's another thing that can sound very mundane, right? Miracle in the mundane, though, that a breath contains vital art that can inspire everything else in our life. A renewable energy system you don't have to pay for. Do you ever feel that way? Like you're in the middle of a struggle, you're trying to move forward, you feel like I don't have the strength or energy, but do you take a breath and you can find the strength to do it? Maybe you have a moment like that today, right? That would be a miracle just in this day. If you hit a stressful point, if you find a difficulty, if you say, okay, I'm going to use my renewable energy system. Okay, the breath is here. It is supporting me. I've got a quote. Maybe I can find it in here. Oh, I can. I should leave this up. I can't put it on screen. Viktor Frankl. Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. That's the space, stimulus, response. Isn't that everything, right? Where we aren't just reacting, we're responding. So good. And does the breath, when we are keyed into it, is that what helps us do that quote? Just open up enough space between stimulus and response that we can, instead of reacting, and isn't that where we can start flowing through things? I love that we can take an artistic book like this that is just meant for artists, and we can like take it and dial it right into our life in this process of health. This is why I believe it is. Health is an artistic expression. We are creating it through our decisions. If you don't invest in it, you surely will have to pay. That's the breath. This is our health, right? And don't we know it? If we aren't dialing in on these fundamental processes, don't we feel worse? Isn't that having to pay for it? You eat some nasty thing, something unhealthy, you didn't want it, and then don't you pay for it? That's what I'm thinking. You are nature, they say, bringing us in here. Do you believe that? Do you feel that way? I think so many times we can feel like strangers. We can feel like, what are we even doing here? Isn't this like the eternal question of mankind? It's like, what is the meaning of life? People, nobody knows. It's like, and we feel like we were put here, but like, I think part of the answer to this question, not that I have the full answer, it's like, we are part of this. Like, we aren't separate from it. We came out of the earth. We are going back into it, You say, unfortunately, but that's how it is. This is the cycle. And in this moment, while we are here, we are still part of it. We literally are the earth. Like, this is the earth here, and we are part of it. Like, when he says, you are nature, these are the thoughts that come to me. And to me, this gives us great encouragement in any struggle we're going through, whether it's a struggle toward better health, it's a struggle toward anything, relationships or work or whatever it is, that we can realize we're not alone here. We are very much a part of this, and there is strength and power here that can see us through difficult things, including change, like so much of a health path, right? We have to change, and it's almost a process of continual change, right? 1% better is like a tiny change every day. And so here, this is showing us, like, we are nature. Nature is change, right? The seasons are showing us the cycle. The earth is always changing, and we are part of it, and we can change and grow. And to me, this is a great encouragement and inspiration. Tells us, spend time in yourself. You are nature. Spend time in yourself. We think about spending some time in nature, something I encourage everybody to do as much as possible. Okay, I was seeing a study, I think I was telling the other day, in Japan, where they prescribed people with type 2 diabetes for forest therapy. Everybody in the intervention group have to spend some time out in nature every week, a couple hours, and their blood sugar got better. It's like this is such a cool experiment. Spend some time in yourself, though, because we are nature. This is the meditation space. And this is such a huge base layer, just like the breath. Spending some time in ourself. This is the connecting to the heart. This is what we've been trying to do in these things, that we listen to the heart. That's what we were doing in the last couple sessions. And then what does it say? And let that fill our meditation. Listening to the heart. The heart wants to speak. Do you feel that way? Or have you thought of that? Do you think it's true? Does your heart want to speak? And could you give it a platform, It's like we're always taking the mic, and the mind is just hitting it. But what if you could get the mind to stop for a bit and let the heart speak? If you say you can't write poetry, you are poetry. What a beautiful line that is, This is taking away judgment. If anyone out there is struggling in a space, feeling judgment of any kind, if judgments that we put on ourselves are the limiting belief, okay? Do you have limiting beliefs? Here would be a space in that meditation to open up. What are they? I mean, we all have limiting beliefs. Are you on a health journey? Are you in a place? Do you feel stuck? Are you looking for the next step? You say, okay, we've climbed up part of a mountain. We're sitting at this base camp. We are building up the energy, doing the practices, getting ready for the next leg of our ascent, but the path is not completely clear yet. You are poetry, it tells you. Write yourself. We are writing the next line. Okay, the next line, maybe this is the big unlock. There's no right answer, maybe. Like we have to write it ourselves. If it is a creative process, nobody tells the artist, oh, just create this. An artist can't go to an AI language model and be like, make it for me, It's like the real artistic expression. What does the heart say? Heart gonna lead us on the path. Write our own story, I say. For all the times you say you're not an artist, have you doubted yourself and taken the risk to express your soul anyway? Can you think back into your history? Do you have a time when you've done that? When you've had doubt and then you've taken the risk to express yourself? Let yourself sink back into that space today. Connect with that memory. Connect with that part of yourself who is open. Remember that quote, leaving the heart open, right? To be in a space like that, to be in that key moment of difficulty and vulnerability, and to take a powerful step anyway, express yourself, put yourself out there. It says, behold, you are an artist. So I say that to you today. Behold, you are an artist. You are on a creative path. You can be healthy today. I'm giving you a bib. I'm not a big cheerleader, okay, but I am trying, okay? I'm giving you a big, cheerful cheer for your day. You can do it. You can flow through this day in the most healthy and positive way. And no matter what happens, okay, if it's the mindset that matters, okay, you have the intention of doing your very best. And I think a lot of times people say, oh, I'm going to be healthy today, I'm going to do it, and then something goes wrong, okay? Something goes wrong. Remember that wonderful session we did, no rules for weight loss, okay? And we are trying to do everything we can to stop judging ourselves in any fashion. And so however thing goes, if we have a mindset and we center ourselves at the beginning of the day, we say, I'm going to do my best, and we bring all of our intention to it. Like no matter what happens, they say we made some choice that in retrospect we didn't like. Okay, we can just learn from these things. We can take all the pressure and judgment off. And then we can realize, look, we are creating something here. And we can't see it in this moment. But these processes that we go through, decisions that are a struggle, we say, was it good or bad? And we can judge it. But today we say, hey, however it goes, we aren't going to judge it. Say we did our best, and if it didn't flow in the way we want, then we can be thoughtful and say, try again tomorrow. And, we center ourselves in the present moment. A very powerful thing to do, but also sometimes like we zoom out and we say, we can take the pressure off too. Say, journey of 1,000 miles. We got a couple other chances, okay? Hopefully, hopefully. And so that can be beautiful too, we don't have to solve every problem, and perfection certainly is not required. Oh, see, that just makes me take a deep breath. Perfection not required. As I'm leaving our beautiful space here today, I'm driving over to Milwaukee. I am giving a talk at a nursing conference. And, I've gotten, at least compared to the past, I've gotten more comfortable talking on a camera by myself down in my little basement room. Getting up in front of a couple hundred, like actual live people. Not that you are not live people, okay? But you know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead in a room and then, running all the tech and the slides and the mics and the stuff, and then communicating. So this, this is the message I'm telling myself today. Don't have to be perfect. It's just going to be the same. I'm talking about the same stuff, that I talk about here. How do we get into a great mindset of health? And how do we help all of these beautiful thoughts flow through the body, the mind, the spirit, so that we can be healthy today? This is what I want. It's the only time we can be healthy, right? This is where we're actually doing it today. Okay, I said I would do it the other day, and then I didn't do it, but just for fun, at the end, I show you my little goat project that I'm working on. Have to let me know if these pictures come across okay. I just throw it down here. I'm looming over it so I can tell you about, here's our woods out in the country. And then you can see over on the right, my giant pile of branches. I cut through the woods. I don't know that this is a sustainable process, but for my first goat paddock, because I've never done it, I cleared out every single branch that could be hanging over the thing, because I'm paranoid of a branch falling down, smashing the electric fence, and letting the goats out. But if you see over on the left of the image, like, you couldn't walk through that already. You know, it is so overgrown, and goat's gonna come through there and munch all that stuff up. Bless them. And then here you see, it's like, here's a little door, and then out we got the little field with all the more branches, and then electric fence, and that little solar charger running the whole electric fence. Got a couple acres in this paddock that the goat's going to be in. And maybe next Wednesday is goat day, and we're going to see if we can pull it off. I don't know how it is going to go. We're going to an actual goat auction, like an animal auction, and then we connect in with some sort of trucking company that is going to actually bring the wonderful creatures for us. I'm going to set up the camera. It could be a fiasco. I don't know. We'll see. But I will bring you, hopefully, if we, I don't know. I was emailing the guy who runs this animal auction, trying to figure, I sent him 10 different questions, like, do you take cash or check, and do we have to register, and where do you go, and all these things. And he just, I just got a 2-word response in caps: bring check. I was like, we'll show up, we'll see if it works. And I don't really like the idea of buying something at an auction, but we'll see how it goes. And I do want to bring some fun health analogies about it. I think, I'm very much a believer. I love the quote, that we went through in the book about, we are nature, and that we can derive so much inspiration and health from natural cycles. Many natural cycles going to be happening with these animals. So if we can swing it and get them, then I'll bring you some footage of it. And hopefully we can have fun and receive some inspiration from it. I know I want more health inspiration for myself. So there's my little update. Let me know if you like updates on that. We'll see. It'll be more fun updates when we actually have it. A lot of work I've put into getting ready for it. So should be set. The electric fence is on, I'll tell you that. And so hopefully we can keep the deer. Before I turned the fence on, I had the fence up, and then the deer ran through the fence. So hopefully, many things that could go wrong. So, but this is where we're at in our day, right? Many things can be challenges for us. So I'm sure we'll get analogies like that. And we're just going to keep the most positive attitude. We're going to try to have fun with things, bring lightness into it, not judge ourselves, and then move forward in health. Really wonderful to share these thoughts with you. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.